Hi, Mary.
Hi, Tessy. Hey.
How are you and where are you?
I'm great. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. It's beautiful and sunny today. And yeah, I've been here for at least the past 2 months, just getting into the swing of things. Things are getting better every day. Yeah, so Lagos, Nigeria. And where are you?
Beautiful. I'm in Switzerland right now with my two
Hey,
sons, since as
awesome.
well 2.5 months now. So
Mhm.
here in lockdown, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's going well. It's going well. How is the lockdown for you?
Well, it's good. I think it's a learning process for all of us. Um, I think on a charity perspective, we've been doing a lot already for the children in Nigeria, and we'll talk a bit more about that. On an individual perspective, it's also a time for learning and growth. Getting to know yourself better, understand yourself, and just have some time to recalibrate. I think it's been lots of different emotions for all of us. But then it's a pandemic, so as Jack Ma said, as long as we make it out alive, that's the most important thing.
Exactly, exactly, and that our loved ones are all healthy and safe for
Yeah,
sure. So
absolutely.
for everyone, for the people who do not know you yet, I have met you in beautiful Nigeria, in Lagos.
Yes,
I visited
yeah,
there for a conference, Investing in Women, and we met outside the conference in on a balcony actually, with
yeah.
friends of us. So one of them was hosting a delicious dinner with live music, and there you came, and it was such a beautiful moment to meet you there because you're such a power woman. So if I may give you a little introduction, so you're not only, well, you have obviously done your education of all the elite universities one can imagine, Oxford, Harvard, but also you were a very successful businesswoman. You're an incredible philanthropist, and I want to hear definitely more about that. And something which is very unusual, which not everyone can say, you are the winner of Miss Nigeria 2019. Wow. What
Yeah.
what a bio. It's just incredible. So tell me, how about we start with the Miss Nigeria part, just because I can see that you're wearing something really beautiful. Tell us about
Yeah.
it. And how was it to become Miss Nigeria? And what did you promise the people looking at you when you won that you would improve as Miss Nigeria? Because being beautiful is not enough to become Miss Nigeria. You also need to work in the community. So what were your goals? What did you promise? And what have you delivered so far?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it was an absolutely magical moment to have won the Miss Nigeria Great Britain pageant 2019. It's growing up in London. I did a lot of modeling, and I always wanted to be part of a pageant. But at the same time, I was in school and university, so I was modeling sometimes in the summers. It was never a full-time career, so I didn't really have the time or the opportunity to do it. Also, being abroad all the time, I wasn't in Nigeria, and I knew that if I was going to do a beauty pageant, I wanted to represent my country of birth, which was Nigeria.
Mhm.
So coming back to Nigeria now, I decided, you know what, if you believe in something and if you want to do something, go ahead and just do it.
Mm.
I had a couple other projects I was working on, but I was invited to join on this pageant and contest. I said, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I've always wanted to do this. It's so much fun. And I met lots of wonderful ladies during the pageant. We're still friends till today, all beautiful, all doing incredible works. And it was a great process. All of the preliminaries. So I won Miss Lagos first, and then the Miss Nigeria Great Britain pageant. And the key thing for me is I wanted to definitely use it as a platform to promote my charity, the Mary Dinah Foundation, and to support women, and to support young girls, and to support children and fight against malnutrition and hunger, which is what my foundation focuses on. And since then, It's so amazing when I go to a few of the schools that we support. Some of them are all girls schools. Whenever I go there wearing my crown, oh my gosh, the girls are so excited and so happy, and they want to do a fashion parade with me. They want to do a walk, and also talk to them and inspire them and things like that. And it's just such a dream come true. And I think nowadays we need more and more female role models. People that young girls can look up to and say, I want to be like her. And one of the things I had to fight was not to be put in a narrow box. So at the time I was CEO of a hotel. My career is in hospitality as a profession. I have a master's in hotel management. I got a distinction in that. I have a master's in global business from Oxford University, got a distinction in that. So I'm very academic, and I've been in business for many years. And a few people said, I'm also a United Nations fellow, and quite a number of people said, well, you can't be an entrepreneur and be a beauty queen at the same time. And I said, well, why not? But I
Exactly.
want to, they're like, yeah, but it's not really your profile. And some people said, well, you're beyond that. If it was many years ago, you could have done it, but now you've achieved all of these things. And, someone said, well, you don't need it. You're already, doing so many other things, and you have such a high profile. And I said, well, you can't live life thinking about what your profile is from other people's viewpoints. We all have different talents. And, I always make a point when I talk to some of my mentors who might be on the Forbes list and really sort of power businessmen, and I say, other than business, what other talents do you have or enjoy, or and you would hear the most interesting things. One of them said, well, he loves playing the guitar. Another one says, well, he loves golf. Just, and we all have to be brave enough to pursue all of our God-given talents. I'm not the best singer, but if I was, I definitely would sing. But modeling I like, fashion I like, and it's amazing how all of these things then come together as one. So the pageant and winning the pageant has helped me promote the charity, really breaks the ice when I'm talking to young girls, and that ties in very well with the work I'm doing with the UN and malnutrition and sustainable development goals. You get to a point in your life where all of the skills that you have, anyway, you've been given them for a reason, everything comes together to propel you to your own destiny. And we should never ignore that and decide, okay, we only want to be business, magnets, because that would be a waste of your talents.
Absolutely. Wow. So beautifully said. And I agree with everything you just said, because often also in my domain and where I'm from, and, with my career and who I was married with, people just try to put you in a box constantly and say, you
Yeah.
must be this, you must do that, you cannot do that. And just define you in their own way. And I always say, it's not for you to define me, and it will
Yeah.
never be you. So I appreciate it, but I will take what I want from your opinion. And if I use it, that's something else, but it's none of your business. And it's so important, specifically nowadays, where we are also exposed, and also you and I and a lot of our friends, we expose ourselves deliberately in order to open doors and inspire other young people, other young women to be themselves. So in one way we do expose ourselves, and that is a conclusion that people will judge us because of that exposure. But it's just for people to understand that yes, we do that, but we chose to do that in order to empower others. But that still does not give you the right to tell me what I should be. So wow, I love everything you just said. Here we have a picture of you. Wait, let me just keep my screen,
Oh,
because I love how you look.
amazing.
Here we go. Let's try if this works like that. Can you see that?
Oh, so cute, so cute, so
There you
cute.
are.
Oh.
Dude, you look absolutely incredible. And I love it's almost like the movie picture where you're like, ah. I
It was
love
an
it.
incredible day. And my friends and family were there, to support me. It was just, it was really amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. It just goes to show, if you want to do something, go for it. Don't worry about what anyone would say. And I realized that people would always come around. So even the people that had said that when I won, it's like, wow, congrats, it's amazing. And then I thought, well, if I had listened to your advice, I would never have done it. So we also have to be careful what we tell people. Make sure you're not discouraging people from, from their dreams and aspirations.
Exactly, 100%. So moving on from there, then you talked a lot about empowering and giving back and, being there for young people. And you mentioned your foundation and the UN, of course, and the SDG that you are part of, the SDG of one of the 17. So tell us a bit about your foundation. What does it actually do? And why is it in Nigeria or is it a global one? And how can we help you?
Yeah, so my foundation focuses on our main initiative is Food for Thought, and we focus on fighting against malnutrition. Over 8,000 children die every day in Africa of hunger and starvation, and many of them have stunted growth, and that eventually affects their cognitive reasoning, their ability to reason, and as we know as children, even just their ability to dream and be confident and be everything that they're meant to be. So for me, that's one of the things that I found very moving, something that I wanted to support. It's the second goal in UN. It's called No Hunger, and that's the SDG number 2. And I think it's so important that even before we sort of think about self-actualization and what we want to be and what we want to do and careers, there's some basic needs that have to be met. Air.
Sorry, continue.
Oh, that's okay. There's some basic needs that have to be met, like air, water, food, shelter. Those things are critical. So my foundation, currently we are giving every academic year 100,000 meals. We've been doing that for about 2 years already. We've partnered with schools in Lagos, Nigeria mainly. We're currently in the process of expanding by third term. Hopefully, as soon as the schools open in June, July, we're going to be in 10 states across Nigeria, giving out meals and nutritional supplementation to children across Nigeria. And in the future, maybe in the years to come, would also love to expand to other African countries as well. In terms of support, we would love as much support as we can get. The website is www.myfoodforthought.org. And just please go on there. There's a link that says donate, gives details of how you can donate. You could also support with your time. You could support in so many different ways. So just send an email and just let me know that you want to be part of what we're doing. When all of this is over, you can come to Nigeria. You can spend some time with the kids. You can come and see the work that we're doing. That also is hugely helpful and motivational. So yeah, we just want as many people on board as possible.
Well, count me in. I would love to help you.
Yes, absolutely.
Of course, I think it's so important. And I think we're all extremely blessed with what we're having as well, especially during COVID-19 times. I think you can really, well, it made me specifically understand, as you said at the beginning of the talk, to go inwards, get to know yourself better, and just be grateful. And I think for us, just to be healthy and home and have enough food, not having that scare where you're like starving and you're thinking, I'm so hungry, but I cannot have any food. I don't even know what it feels like. And I feel so sad that that there is children in the world who have that feeling and who need to go through that feeling every day. So I think all of us listening to this, we're all very blessed, and I think it's time for all of us to give back. So thank you so much for that work. Count me definitely in, whatever you
Yes, absolutely.
So our time has run out.
Okay.
So I know it's 15 minutes. It's just like whoosh, and I
It
could
flies
talk
so
to you
quick.
forever. I know. So let me ask you one last question. In lockdown times, or with your foundation, or with everything you have done, is there any key advice you would give to people listening right now? Maybe a key message to the young girls, or maybe to the mothers, to the businesswomen, whatever it is, what you have to share.
Yeah, for me, I think it's just always strive to make a difference. So the work that I'm doing with Foundation started because I went into the schools and I went there to discuss careers with young girls and boys. And when I got to the schools, I realized, many of them didn't have food, the educational conditions wasn't great, and that's how I thought, what, I should do something about this. So my advice to everyone out there, even during COVID-19, during the pandemic and beyond, just don't ever think that one person is too small to make a difference. All of us in our individual ways, we can make a difference to the people on our street, to the people in our community, to the people in our country and beyond. So whatever it is that you can do, go ahead and do it. And you'll be surprised how that small step we started off feeding 10, 20 children in one class. Now we're heading towards 1 million meals a year. So you just never know. So my advice is go for it. Whenever you see a problem, just realize that you can be that person that makes that difference.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much. And I'm so
Thank you.
grateful you mentioned that as well. It's really about what you care about. It doesn't need to be this. There's so many other things out there that need as well help. So whatever you feel like and whatever you feel needs your attention, no help is ever too small. So yes, for sure. Thank you so, so much, Mary. On that,
Thank you.
I send you my love and much kisses to Nigeria. I miss you. I need to come and visit again because I love it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tessy. Thank you for the time. And yeah, I look forward to us reconnecting when all of this is over.
Me too. Stay blessed, my dear friend. Stay healthy.
Thank you. Take care. Kisses.